What up guys? So we got two new champion buffs announced today. I'm gonna try to make this video very quick and brief, but basically it's gonna be Yoshi and Septimus. Both of these champions have been used in the past in PvE. Septimus used to be meta in speedruns, I wanna say on Spider and stuff, but this is eons ago. I didn't have him when he was top tier PvE champion. He actually used to be. Many people might not even know about this. I didn't have him those days, so I forget specific teams, but yeah, he was definitely used in Spider and many of the bosses. He was the like original Acresia or Ninja or like max health nuker. And then there is Yoshi. Yoshi also has seen a decent amount of use. I mean, he was a fusion champion a long time ago. I actually used him myself for many years in clan boss Demuta comp. I don't anymore because I just use turtles and I don't have to keep Yoshi or some random PvE champion speed tune for it anymore. You needed pretty high speeds for that specific comp, but it was a good comp and you didn't need great champions to do it. There I guess trying to make both of them more PvE relevant. Yoshi is gonna see maybe some Chimera play now, and Septimus maybe better in Hydra. But let's see what Parium says, and then we'll look at the kits quickly. So first is about Septimus. It's time for another veteran to receive a well-deserved makeover. This time we're focusing on Septimus, the Golden Knight of Bannerlords. As with other champion rebalances, our goal was to enhance his existing kit without redefining his identity. Rather than creating something entirely new, we focused on strengthening his current abilities and improving areas where he needed it most. Septimus now delivers stronger damage, brings greater impact to your team, and stands out as reliable pick for Faction Wars, Hydra and other faction restricted modes. Let Septimus' shining armor lead the charge into the battle. That kind of says it all a little bit, that in faction restricted modes, that means that when you can't use good champions, then maybe you can use Septimus, but I like the buff. Let's actually look. Basically they gave him AoE. TLDR. He can do AoE now, which is good. That's gonna be actually maybe relevant for faction wars. I have Septimus, I haven't been using him there. Maybe I should now, we'll find out. So as always, the highlighted parts are the ones where he got improvements. So he got 30%, I'm not gonna read all of his, abilities. I think that's a little bit too much, but he got 30% ignore defense on A1. I think nothing else, just 30% ignore defense, that's okay. The A2, which is the max health scaling nuke, it's low max health scaling, it's only 0.1. It went from a single target to AoE, which is pretty good. Ignore shield and block damage. Damage multiplier also increased. I don't know what this means, because it could be that the max health multiplier got increased, which was 0.1. That could be a huge deal on bosses, maybe even on Chimera for some people, if you don't have super crazy roster, because that would be AoE max health nuke. With ignore defense A1 granted it's single target, but that is pretty good. There's not too many champions that do it. Of course, there is Royal Guards that are epics that can do it as well, but it's pretty good. He used to be preferred over Royal Guards in the speed farming for Spider, and I want to say other things too, but it's so long time ago, and I didn't have him, and I didn't focus on PvE, that I kind of forget the super specific details about it. Has 30% chance of increasing the duration of debuffs on target by 1 turn. Now doesn't need accuracy, so that's the update. Cannot be resisted. The damage inflicted by this champion's skill increases by 30% if the enemy's max health is higher than this champion's max health, so you get more damage. Pretty simple champion, auto buffed a little bit too, I don't know if that matters. This damage for bosses comes from the max health scaling anyway, and not attack, but you know, it's a buff, it's good, why not, we'll take it. Honestly, I have more more interest about Yoshi, but we will see what they mean by the damage multiplier increase, because Plarium always does this. Every time, you know, every couple of months I bug them that, bro, can we just actually see the multipliers when they give us new champions or buffs, when they give us the kits? No, we cannot do that. I have no idea why. They used to say the same thing about books, and then they, years after, eventually added it to the kits, but we don't know how the multiplier actually was buffed, you know. If we went from, let me double check. If we went from 2.5 attack multiplier on the A2 to 3, let's say, that doesn't matter at all. But if we went from 0.1 max health multiplier to 0.2 or better, that would be relevant. So I'm assuming it's the latter part, but they didn't tell us, so I don't want to lie to you. Now Yoshi, A1 used to stun. Now if you don't place the stun, you will place decreased defense, aka bosses, which you can't stun, aka Chimera. That's the only thing where you would care about this. He would, like, Septimus will now do AoE on Hydra, decent. Yoshi will now do decreased resistance on Chimera with A1. And also, A2 used to be a double hit that places a burn and decreased accuracy. Now it's AoE, so, you know, potentially other things too, but I'm still thinking about Chimera because you have decreased resistance, decreased accuracy, HP burn, increased attack, and increased accuracy. So that's kind of, you know, there's not too many great burn options for Chimera, so maybe there now. But yeah, A2 went from single target to AoE, so AoE burn could be used on Hydra 2, but there is other champions that can do this better. And then A3 places increased attack and accuracy for everybody for 2 turns. Also has a chance of placing True Fear debuff on all enemies for 1 turn. Goes to full if the enemies are under increased attack buffs. Now places 50% increased attack and accuracy buff for 2 turns and increases turn meter by 20%. And then the same deal. So, well, I guess the tier wasn't 100%, now it's 100%. But increased turn meter and decreased resistance, that's basically the relevant upgrades that you get for Chimera. That's usable, I think. I'm not a Chimera god, you know. I'm okay, I'm getting better, but it's not like I complete all of the missions or anything close to that. It's a good run for me if I can do all of the, you know, ones that give all the 3 different missions on every 3 heads that give you mythic materials. If I can do that, it's a great rotation for me. I can't do that every time. Other people do way more quests than those. But yeah, those are all relevant things on Chimera. Decrease resistance, increase accuracy, HP burn, and increase accuracy. Decrease and increase accuracy burn, and decrease resistance, plus turn meter boost. So you can deal more damage. That's about it. Nothing crazy. We'll take it. It's pretty good boss. Nothing like, we're not gonna have like a new meta champion. I'm sure neither one of these are gonna be the top dog for PvE. Definitely not for PvP. But usable. It's for people that don't have a god rosters, and some of the non-used champions might actually get some use. Wait, let's see what I forgot to read what the flavor text Plarium gave to Yoshi. Let's humor them with that as well. Usually they always say that these champions are meant to be for PvE and PvP, and they'll be great in both of them now. I don't think they even tried to do it this time. These are both meant for PvE. With this rebalance, our goal was to make Yoshi more effective and versatile in addition to your teams across various game modes. Now he is a reliable all-arounder, a steady support who can boost your team's performance while applying meaningful pressure to enemies. His turn meter boost has been expanded beyond his passive and now benefits more than just himself, making it much more impactful tool. His crowd control abilities have also been significantly improved. Fear them, stun them, burn them all. In addition, his health burn now targets all enemies making Yoshi a strong and reliable burner across multiple areas of the game, aka Hydra. I don't know if there's, I guess the, you know, faction restricted rules like they were saying on Septimus, but yeah, pretty much Hydra is what I'm thinking about. The passive, yeah, he got base that boost, 5 extra speed, I guess that's something. The passive fills turn meter by now 5% each time enemy receives a buff. This is not really relevant. It used to be, Yoshi was used for a time a little bit in PvP, long time ago. I was using Yoshi. I was using Yoshi with Tron the Nakarada, and who was the last one? I think the last one was like a flex pick, but it was often Ceres. But yeah, I used to use Yoshi in PvP. That was back then. It was a free-to-play option. It's not like everybody else was doing it, but yeah, I used to run actually Yoshi. I almost forgot about that. Anyway, that's it for the updates. I hope this helps some people. Probably if you're end game, it's not very relevant. Maybe for Chimera on Yoshi. Septimus sounds kind of like a super early game buff, but we'll see what the actual buff is, because they're not really telling us. Anyway, see ya.